हेलो एवरीवन, कैसे हो आप लोग। माई सेल्फ चेतन गर्ग, आई एम मास्टर टीचर here at Vedantu. I welcome you all to our RMO flashback series. In this session, in today's lecture, we will be discussing question number 3rd and question number 4th of year 1998. Both of these questions were good. One question is from inequalities and the other one is from geometry, right? And before starting our session, I'll just give you one information that currently here at Vedantu, we are running pre-RMO, RMO and INMO batches. Those people who have not appeared for pre-RMO yet or have not appeared or have not cleared pre-RMO, they should just visit our website olympiad.vedantu.com. Here we have provided each and every information regarding the pre-RMO batches, and those who have already cleared pre-RMO or RMO, they should mail me their name, class, contact number, address along with the proof that you have cleared either of these exams on this email ID chetan.garg@vedantu.com. Those who have cleared pre-RMO, we will simply enroll you to RMO batch, and those who have cleared RMO, we will simply enroll you to INMO batch, right? All these batches are completely free of cost. You do not need to pay even a single rupee to enroll in these batches. All you need to do is just mail me your these credential on this email ID. Even if you have any other academic achievement, like if you have cleared NSEJS or NTSC, you can also mail me the same on this email ID, right? So let's start our session. This is the question number 3rd of year 1998. And if you have not tried this question, I'll sincerely request you to please just try it once. This will take you 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm sure you'll be able to solve this question, right? So this is the question of inequality. I'll start with the solution. The question says that for every natural number n, we need to prove that 1 upon n plus 1 times 1 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 5 plus and so on, plus and so on till 1 upon 2n minus 1, that will be greater than 1 upon n times half plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 6 plus and so on 1 upon 2n, right? Here it should be a natural number n greater than 2, greater than or equal to 2, right? Because for n equals to 1, here it will be equality, not inequality, right? So either it should be n greater than or equal to 2, or it should be there equality also, right? So okay, so this question is easy if you know a Catalan's identity, and this is an important identity, and it is used in some questions of even IMO level, right? So the identity says that 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 5 minus 1 by 6 plus and so on till minus 1 by 2n. Okay, 1 upon 2n minus 1 minus 1 upon 2n. This thing is actually greater than 1 upon n plus 1. This is, in fact, this is equals to, sorry, 1 upon n plus 1 plus 1 upon n plus 2 plus and so on 1 upon 2n. This thing is actually equal to this number, right? Let's prove this Catalan's identity first, right? The proof is very, very simple. In this thing, let's take this minus half negative terms aside, besides, and let's add the equivalent positive terms. We have added the negative terms, right? And that will be twice of what the already negative terms, negative even numerator, right? This will be the left hand side. As you can clearly see, if we take 2 inside, what we will get? We will simply get 1 plus half plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4 plus and so on plus 1 by 2n. That will be nothing but minus of what? 1 upon 1 plus 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 3 plus and so on plus 1 upon n. So we'll be left with the first n terms will cancel out from this, and what we are left with 1 upon n plus 1 plus 1 upon n plus 2 plus and so on 1 upon 2n, which is actually the right hand side, right? So this is a very, very simple identity, okay, but this is very useful in some questions. We will also do this question by the same method only, right? So let's solve this question, right? Let's take n plus 1 on the right hand side. So what we will get? 1 upon 1 plus 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 5 plus and so on. How much? 1 upon 2 n minus 1. That should be greater than n plus 1 upon n, which will become 1 plus 1 upon n times this thing, half plus 1 by 4 plus and so on plus 1 upon 2n, right? So let's take this thing on the left hand side. So what we will get? We will get 1 minus half plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 5 and so on till minus 1 by 2n. We need to prove that this is greater than 1 by n times this thing, half plus 1 by 4 plus and so on up to 1 upon 2n, right? And again, by using the Catalan identity that I have previously shown to you, that this thing is nothing but this is equals to 1 upon n plus 1 plus 1 upon n plus 2 plus and so on 1 upon 2n. Now we need to prove that this thing is greater than, let's take n inside, 1 upon 2n plus 1 upon 4n plus and so on till 1 upon 2n square. And now this is obviously an direct application. This number is clearly greater than this, and in fact this is the last number of this of left hand side. So each term is actually greater than the corresponding term on the right hand side. So left hand side is clearly greater than right hand side, hence we can say that this result is proved, hence proved, right? And obviously if n is 1, this 1 by 2 will be equal to 1 by 2. So that's why I have previously told you that here it should be n greater than or equal to 2, or here it should be the strict equality, right? So I hope this question is clear. We have used Catalan's identity, and in fact I suggest you to remember this identity. This is a very important identity and in fact a direct identity, but yes, again this is very important, very critical in some questions, right? Even 1 or 2 questions of IMO have been asked from this identity only, right? Not exactly this direct result, but obviously some application of this identity. Okay, so let's solve this question. This is basically a question of geometry. The question says that let ABC is a triangle with AB equals to AC and angle BAC is 30 degree. Let A dash is the reflection of A in the side BC and B dash is the reflection of B in the side CA and C dash is the reflection of C in the line AB, right? We need to prove that A dash, B dash, C dash form the vertices of an equilateral triangle, right? So let's first draw the figure of this question. Let's say this A, B, C. This is an isosceles triangle in which AB equals to AC. Angle BAC is 30 degree. Let's assume this is 30 degree, right? Let A dash is the reflection of A in the line BC. Okay, so this is A dash. Again, so these will be congruent triangle ABC and A dash BC. Clearly, the sum of angles of a triangle ABC is 180. This is 30, so angle B plus angle C should be 150. That means angle B alone is 75. And similarly, this will also be 75 degree. This is also 75, right? All right. And let B dash is the mirror image along the side AC. That means they should be perpendicular, right? Similarly, C dash is the mirror image of C. That means they should be perpendicular. And in fact, let's assume this point to be P and let's assume this point to be Q. Triangle BPC, they should be similar, congruent with B dash PC. And similarly BQC, that should be congruent with BQC dash, BQC dash and BQC. And in fact, all these 4 are also congruent because the figure is symmetrical. ABC was isosceles. So we can say BQC, BPC, B dash PC and C dash QB. These all will be congruent, right? And clearly this angle is 75, angle QBC. Clearly angle QBC is 75. Similarly, angle QBC dash will also be 75, right? So we can say that angle BC dash Q, that will be equal to angle BCQ because both these triangles are similar, and this complete angle will be 150, so they should be 15 only, right? So this angle will be 15 and this angle will also be 15, right? Because sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 and this complete angle will be 175 plus 75, that is 150 degree, angle C dash BC, right? So these two are 15. By the same sense, we can say this will be 15 as well as this alone will be 15, right? And we know sum of angle between a parallel line is 180 degree. So clearly this angle is 150, that is angle C dash BC, है ना? C dash BC is 150. So this whole should be 30 and this is 15. This is 15, so this should also be 15. This will simply imply this is also 15 degree, right? Right, so we have decoded all these angles, and again this angle is 30, so this angle should also be 30, because AC dash Q will be congruent with ACQ, because C is the mirror image, C and C dash are the mirror image of each other about AB, right? So we can say that this AC dash C will be an equilateral, right? Is an equilateral triangle, because the AC dash will be equal to AC because both were congruent, and this vertex angle is 60 degree. So we can simply say that AC dash, that should be equal to AC, and that should be equal to CC dash, right? And AC dash, AC is also equal to A dash C. So we can say this is also equal to A dash C. So this implies CC dash is actually equal to A dash C. This is the result, right? CC dash equals to A dash C. All right. And can you tell me what will be angle A dash C C dash? That is this complete angle. This is 15, this is 75. So 75 plus 15 is 90. So we can say that triangle A dash C C dash is an isosceles right angled triangle. Why? Because A dash C is equal to C dash C. We have proved that, and this angle is 90 degree. So that will simply imply what? Angle A dash C dash C, that is 45 degree, right? So this will further imply that angle A dash C dash B dash, that will be nothing but 60 degree, because this we have proved this whole thing is 45 plus 15 will be 60. By the same logic, we can say that A dash B dash C dash will be 60 degree. So this will imply triangle A dash B dash and C dash is an equilateral triangle. This is what we need to prove. So this is a simple question based on angle chasing, right? But yes, sometimes it becomes a little tough, right? So this is what we should do in this question, right? So that was a simple question of geometry. So that's it from today's session. Today we have discussed question number 3rd and 4th of year 1998. In the next session we will be discussing next 2 questions of year 1998. And before ending the session, I'll again communicate one information, that the students who have cleared pre-RMO, RMO or even NTSE or NSCGS, they should mail me these details on this email ID chetan.garg@vedantu.com. We will try to enroll you in the respective batches as soon as possible, right? So see you in the next session. Till then, take a very good care of yourself. Thank you. Bye bye.